Hi guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more latest news. Yes, now this is about Gareth Bale and David De Gea now from Manchester United. Now, apparently the press are reporting that Jose Mourinho is actually convinced that he can go on and get Gareth Bale from Real Madrid. Obviously, because he's been a long-term target for Manchester United as Gareth Bale. We've never got a deal materialised. We've never got a deal over the line, and Jose Mourinho knows how dramatically he would improve the Manchester United team and squad. He knows how much he would improve. But as I said, he figures as though now that Real Madrid, basically, if they are willing to offload the Bale, which they did suggest they were willing to offload him, because obviously due to his injuries that he's been suffering in Germany 4 years or so with Real Madrid, they're beginning to lose patience, and they may be uh, willing to offload the player. But now apparently they could recommend David De Gea as part of the deal. This is where we come stuck, because I don't see Manchester United parting with David De Gea, and I can't see Jose Mourinho willing to sanction the best goalkeeper in the world. But he did suggest that with David De Gea, Mourinho, that he's happy at Man United, David De Gea, but his future doesn't know where his future lies ahead of him. He could go to Real Madrid in the future, could David De Gea, because obviously he's born there, he has friends there and that, and his relatives are there. Does David De Gea in the process, but it's saying, and Ronaldo's also suggested Real Madrid to go out and sign David De Gea as well. But as I said, come out the other way that Real Madrid were willing to actually sanction Gareth Bale off, as I said, due to his injuries. His recent injury suffered that current calf injury as well. I think it was during the international break, and since then it did say Real Madrid are looking to raise about the 89 million pound that basically they paid for him from Tottenham back in 2013. But they could recommend David De Gea as part of the deal if we are wanting to land Gareth Bale. And it also suggested in before the Super Cup, Jose Mourinho said if he was under the club plans, he was under the coach's plans, he wouldn't be no further making a move for him. But he did say if he wasn't under the club plans, he wasn't under the coach's plans. He said before the Super Cup game, he still would be on Mourinho's radar and he would fight to get Gareth Bale. But the rumours have come back in the last 3 or 4 days so about Gareth Bale, and due to now the recent injury that he did suffer, the rumours had come back since then as well. But Gareth Bale, who's won 10 honours during his time with Real Madrid, as I said, he's won 10 honours with Real Madrid. He's won 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons with Real Madrid as well. But he is very, very good when he goes on the pitch. Our experience, physical attributes, very, very good. His crossing's very, very good as well as Gareth Bale's, and we just haven't got a deal over the line for the player, because I still think that Man United need a creative winner. He's made over 100 appearances in the La Liga and he scored 56 goals in the process as Gareth Bale. As I said, the ex-Tottenham man did very, very well. Tottenham, was there 6 years at Tottenham Hotspur, made 142 appearances, scored 46 goals. Won the likes of Premier League Player of the Season, PFA, Football of the Year, Player of the Month a couple of times as well. And risen up the ranks with Southampton, started as a left back, become more of an attacking player after he left Southampton. For Wales, record Welsh Football of the Year record 6 times, second top scorer for Wales, and has earned over 60 caps, as well as Gareth Bale. Scored 7 goals in La Liga last season, 19 appearances. I think he scored 2 or 3 this season in the La Liga as well. But we suggested how David De Gea could be part of the deal, but I just can't see Man United willing to offload, the world's best goalkeeper in the world. As I said, now David De Gea now still has not signed a new deal yet. I think he's got a deal. His deal comes to a conclusion in 2019. Um, all in all, David De Gea, I think it's in all competitions that he has nearly now made 3 century appearances for Manchester United. I think he's made about 280 since 2000, since we purchased him in 2011. As I said, Real Madrid still basically had that long-standing interest in David De Gea. As I said, best goalkeeper in the world, played 280 games for Man United. This season kept 7 clean sheets. Kept 7 clean sheets out of 8 games as David De Gea as well. That's a fantastic record. And yeah, risen up the ranks, fantastic. Well, Atletico Madrid. As I said, we purchased him for 18 million. Was it back in 2011? and he's moved up the ranks fantastically well as David De Gea, but he could actually go to Madrid in the future. Madrid nearly got a deal for him in 2015 on deadline day, but on deadline day in 2015, but due to that fax machine, uh, Real Madrid's pursuit of David De Gea had come to a conclusion in the process. But since he's been United, he's done very, very well. He's won Premier Leagues with us twice. I think yeah, Premier League with us twice. EFL Cup, Carling Cup, uh, EFL Cup, Carling Cup, FA Cup, and all that, Europa League. So he's done absolutely phenomenal since he's been at Man United as David De Gea. And I also suggested that he did say that Paris Saint-Germain may have David De Gea on their radar next summer. They've also got Joe Blanca on their radar as well, Paris Saint-Germain, because I think he's got a release clause about £100 million as well. Could this potentially happen? Gareth Bale as part of the deal for De Gea. I don't see it happening, even though Jose Mourinho does want Gareth Bale, and Man United want Gareth Bale, but Man United do not want to lose David De Gea as part of the deal if Real Madrid are going to recommend him, which more than likely they could recommend him because they've had that long-standing interest in David De Gea since 2015 in the process of that as well. It's also confirmed about Jose Mourinho, the manager. That's his tactical game plan's absolutely fantastic now. He's Jose Mourinho's apparently now he's basically come out and said he's planned his he hasn't planned his full career. He said that he hasn't planned his full career, that he's going to be staying with Manchester United, but he did say before he did say he could stay at the club for 15 years. Did Jose Mourinho? So he basically said he hasn't planned his he's not planning his full career at Manchester United. Jose Mourinho. I think the longest tenures of his managerial career is, well, he's been to quite a lot of teams, but I think the longest tenures of the managerial career is with the different teams he's managed. I think the longest he has been at a team, what he's managed, I think it's about 3 years. Is Jose Mourinho's. This is Jose Mourinho's second season in the process of United. He's done fantastic. He's got the team playing fantastically well. He's got the team playing fantastically well, playing good football, scoring goals, still keeping clean sheets, and his tactical game plan's fantastic. As I said, when he'll play defensive, Mourinho, he'll play defensive, and it 9 out of 10 times works, as it did on Saturday. It worked perfectly well. When you go attacking, he'll say go attacking, but he's got a fantastic pedigree as Jose Mourinho. As I said, won honours with Chelsea, did it with Chelsea, done it with Porto. Done it with Madrid, won honours. As I said, well proven manager. He's Jose Mourinho, but he did say he will not spend his full career at Manchester United, but he did say before he would spend 15 years at the club. He did fantastic in his first season last season, winning the Europa League on his debut season, also winning the League Cup and the Community Shield as well. And look how we are performing this season. Look at the way that has got the team playing. I still think we need improvements in the team. In about 3 transfer windows, Jose Mourinho's nearly spent £300 million since he's been at Man United. But I think he's going to have plans to get a player or two in January, or maybe even next summer. But not sure who that is going to be. But Ronaldo's actually urged apparently Real Madrid to go on and sign David De Gea, but I just can't see Man United preparing to do any business whatsoever for David De Gea, and Man United do want to keep the current player in the process. And I was saying yesterday, as he updated you guys, as he updated you guys with the Coutinho and Virgil van Dijk situation, as he updated you on that with the Virgil van Dijk situation, I updated you guys yesterday. I said it's been Liverpool's main priority target during the August window was Virgil van Dijk. Chelsea had an interest, Manchester City had an interest as well, but the press were reporting yesterday about Virgil van Dijk, that apparently Barcelona are scouting the player. It also did confirm they may be willing to offload to European club Southampton. Virgil van Dijk is his 3rd season in the process with Southampton. We know he's just recently recovered from long-term injury after he had been out for a long time. been out since January, but I think now he's regained full fitness as Virgil van Dijk. He's got a 6-year deal with Southampton as well. Well, he signed a 6-year deal back in May 2016. He has been the captain of Southampton since January. Also made his international debut in 2015 as well. But Liverpool didn't get a deal over the line for Virgil van Dijk in August due to Southampton not willing to offload the player, and due to Liverpool and the interest back in June due to an illegal approach Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, I think Southampton, he's made 57 appearances, he scored 4 goals in the process. He's an ex-Celtic player. With Celtic, he made about 76 appearances, scored 9 goals. For Celtic, won Scottish Premiership with Celtic, won Scottish League Cup with Celtic, won PFA Scottish Team of the Year with Celtic twice in his both seasons with Celtic as well. But Virgil van Dijk then paid, Southampton had paid 30 million from him from Celtic, but made his first debut at Southampton against West Brom, scored his first goal against Swansea, Virgil van Dijk as well. But I think Liverpool still may revive the interest in him in January due to that. They know where the problems lie. They definitely need to add ranks and quality into their defence. They need to strengthen their defence up. Still, for me, Liverpool still need a prolific goal scorer because they cannot finish as well. But yeah, and as I did, what was I saying now? And as I did update you yesterday, that I think definitely that now I've got to be quite honest with you guys. I think Philippe Coutinho is going to be leaving Liverpool Football Club. As I said yesterday, Messi would like to see Philippe Coutinho at Barcelona. He'd like to see quite a few players in line on Messi at Barcelona, but there's also apparently still Ander Herrera on Barcelona's agenda as well. So Ander Herrera has not yet signed a new deal with Man United. He hasn't played much this season, but I hope Man United can secure Ander Herrera a new deal. Yeah, so I think Barcelona are going to get Philippe Coutinho in January. The Spanish expert claims it's more likely that Coutinho will join Barcelona next summer instead of January. But in my opinion, I think he will. To be quite fair, I do think he will go in January. Philippe Coutinho, I think Barcelona are convinced he can get a deal over the line. He's become one of the most creative, agile players, since he's been in the Premier League. But I said with Liverpool, why he wanted to make the move, he's done very, very well for him, don't get me wrong. He's good in their midfield, but let's be honest, he's not going to win trophies with Liverpool and Klopp. He's not going to elevate to a higher level with Liverpool. He's not going to be challenging or anything, is he? So, I think with Barcelona, he's at a much bigger club, much bigger club, playing amongst better players, and yeah, this is why Coutinho wanted to make the move, but obviously Barcelona couldn't get a deal over the line for Coutinho in August due to that Liverpool not willing to offload the player, and Liverpool had turned down 3 bids that had been offered from Barcelona. As I said, Coutinho's got a 4 or 5 year deal. He's got a 4 or 5 year deal with Liverpool, ex-Inter Milan, as I said, ex-Espanyol player as well, and he's made over a century appearances now with Coutinho and scored 36 and assisted 30 in the Premier League for Coutinho. And since he's come back, he hasn't done too bad for Liverpool. Also missed the first part of the season, really, the first 4 or 5 games due to the back injury that Coutinho had as well. But yeah, so Barcelona are monster favourites to go on get Philippe Coutinho in the January transfer window as well. What was I going to say? And as I did update you, also, with the Mesut Ozil situation, as I say, it's the new guy, Martin Keough now believes, the ex-Arsenal legend, he believes that Mesut Ozil will leave in January, but Arsene Wenger has been actually convinced, that Ozil, Wenger said Ozil and Sanchez could leave in January. Keough is confident he will leave. We don't really know where Mesut Ozil is going to be going, because obviously the higher wage Ozil has been initially demanding, because he did turn down £275,000 a week. The high wage he has been demanding, no team is actually preparing to pay this. He's coming to an end of his deal. Sanchez and Ozil are coming to the end of the deals, and could become free transfers next summer if Arsenal don't cash in on any of them in January. But obviously more than likely that they're going to cash in at least on one player if both of them don't go in January. In the pros, but I said Music Ozil did say Man United reportedly. Well, he's been linked with a move to Man United. I don't know if it could happen. Can it happen? Because obviously he used to work with Jose Mourinho. You know, at Real Madrid did uh, Music Ozil. He's fantastic with him at Real Madrid. He was there about 3 years, made over a century appearances at Real Madrid. Did a Music Ozil. Also was in Bundesliga for 5 years. Player that's good at creating chances, good at providing assists, fantastic playmaker. As I said. And also, Arsenal had paid £42.5 million for him back in 2013. That is the highest paid fee for a German player, especially. I think this is his 5th season now in the process with Arsenal Football Club. I don't think he's played much for Arsenal this season as well, but it did confirm the contract talks between the player, Arsenal Football Club, and his representatives are currently stalled of the contract talks, and Arsenal are nowhere near close to coming to an agreement for securing Music Ozil a new deal. So could he still potentially make the move to Old Trafford? But he does play best in that number 10. If I'm going to be fair, does Music Ozil, but was fantastic with Jose Mourinho in the 3 years he worked with him at Real Madrid. As well, but we'll see what happens. The process says Sanchez, he's going to definitely go as Alexis Sanchez. I think, yeah, Manchester City emerged front runners, as I said. Manchester City, as I did say, playing fantastic, playing competitive football. Their attacking's very, very good. Winning 7-2 against Stoke, as I said. They've got Aguero, that's flourished their attack. Their attack. Jesus, that's flourished their attack. Sterling, that's hit form for them this season, doing very, very well. City have got a lot of quality players. But basically, you could say, could you say Manchester City have got a better side than us? That they did spend more money than us in the window? Could you say they have got slightly a better side than us? I think our team's pretty good. You could arguably say City have slightly got a better side than us. City are just playing fantasy football, scoring goals, just like Man United are scoring goals this season. It was obviously disappointing on Saturday against Liverpool because we didn't do anything in the game. We just defended basically for the whole game. As I said, every time Liverpool attacked, we had 7, 8 men behind the ball. And as I said, every time they had the ball, we had 7, 8 men behind the ball. Liverpool won every challenge, Liverpool won every tackle, Liverpool won every loose ball. Liverpool were just the total dominant side, but as I said, this is where they are in the table, because Liverpool can't finish. They're not clinical enough, not good enough in the final third. Defensively shocking, but obviously they didn't need to do any defending on Saturday, because obviously Jose Mourinho went with the tactic of playing defensively, and that game plan worked out. And we would have been a happier bunch going away from there with a point, considering where we played. Only had one shot the whole game on target, and that was the Lukaku chance that really he should have put away. Some people say Lukaku's very, very good. I do believe he's very, very good. He scored 11 goals for us in all competitions this season, but people say when it comes to the big games, Lukaku's a big game bottler. He's not good at scoring against the big teams. He hasn't got a good record against scoring against big teams. But obviously, when you're playing defensive like Jose Mourinho did, you're a team that doesn't attack, and Man United did. We showed no flair, we showed no attacking instinct whatsoever on a Saturday. And Liverpool did play very, very well, but didn't take the chances and didn't score. So that's what let them down. But I'm happy with a point at Anfield, especially considering the way we played, especially. But yeah, going on with this answer situation, as I said, City are doing very, very well. As I said, they've got Aguero in the team, got Jesus in the team, Sterling in the team, so they could be looking to add Sanchez into the mix in their squad in January. As I said, Sanchez, who isn't up the ranks underneath, as I said, won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons with Arsenal. He's now made over a century appearances for Arsenal Football Club, 24 goals last season. But what was I saying? But about Sanchez, loads and loads of teams have been interested. Real Madrid being interested, AC Milan, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Man United, Chelsea. So many teams have been interested in Alexis Sanchez, but in the process, no, City did not get a deal over the line for him in August due to that Arsenal couldn't find that adequate replacement for Alexis Sanchez. Wait there a minute, put the message. Arsenal couldn't find that replacement for like Sanchez. This is why he didn't get offloaded in the current August window. But I think City are convinced they can get a 20 million deal over the line for him in January. You know, Pep Guardiola, was fantastic with him at Barcelona. They bonded fantastically well. Arsenal had paid £35 million for him for Barcelona. Arsenal could have cashed a lot of money in, towards the end of the window. They could have cashed 50-60 million pounds for a player that's coming to an end of his deal. So basically, they are going to raise money in January, I should presume. But I think City are convinced they can go on and get him for £20 million. But obviously, Arsenal will be eyeing out replacements for Alexis Sanchez in the process. As I said, he won the Champions League football. He was demanding a higher wage. He was demanding a higher wage. He turned £300,000 a week down from Arsenal as well. Alexis Sanchez. I think he scored a goal or two this season as well for them. But Arsenal are convinced he will go, and Arsenal still need to have depth. They need to have character into their team. They still need quite a few players. Do Arsenal, as you see. But Lacazette's a very, very good player for them. As I said, Arsenal. But I said with Arsenal, they are a team that can play well. They can play good football, as I've seen them over the years. They can play very, very good football, and they're basically just not. They're the same, not clinical enough. They're just like Liverpool, not clinical enough. Of Arsenal, and this is why they are where they are. Arsenal Football Club. So look, Sanchez, I think, in my opinion, is going to go to Manchester City. Got some latest news. Yes, as I updated you, the other day with the Julian Draxler situation, that could be a replacement for Alexis Sanchez in Arsenal. As I said, Julian Draxler, very, very good in the 2017 Confederations Cup. Is Julian Draxler. Also was part of the team that won the FIFA World Cup. Well, Germany, who won the FIFA World Cup in 2014, also earned over 35 caps. And also, reached the semi-finals of the UEFA Euro 2016. He reached the semi-finals of the Euro 2016 as well. Did Draxler, but he's strong, he's quick, he's good in the air, very, very good with both feet. Can play attacking mid, can play well on each wing, on each flank, and Draxler as well. But very, very good, skillful player. Got good physical attributes. As I said, he made 17 appearances last season, scored 4 goals. It did suggest that Draxler had posted. It said the other day Draxler had posted an Arsenal shirt of what was it? Posted an Arsenal shirt on social. Yeah, Draxler had posted an Arsenal shirt on social media with what's his name, Klosnet's name on the current back, because obviously he used to be ever at Schalke. Did Klosnetch, and we know Draxler has been an Arsenal target as well. Klosnetch, he actually worked with was with Draxler at Schalke. At Schalke, he'd made 171 appearances, scored 30 goals with Julian Draxler, and as I said, there about 3 or 4 years. Won quite a few honours. Made his debut in 2011 for them. Also went at Wolfsburg, I think, for a couple of years. Did win honours there as well, Draxler. And PSG bought him in January. I think it was about £42 million. He has only been at PSG since January as the player, so they may want to give him at least this season Paris Saint-Germain before they may be considering offloading the player, because obviously they have offloaded a few players, to avoid financial fair play regulations due to the amount of money they've invested, the amount of money they spent in the August window on the likes of Neymar. They're structuring the deal for Mbappe as well. But yeah, we will see what happens in the process with the Julian Draxler situation. And as I said, with the also with the Lamar situation, I do think he is going to get offloaded next summer. Is Thomas Lamar? This is according to the Monaco president that Lamar could be offloaded next summer. The president come out and did say he confirmed that Arsenal and Liverpool were interested. He were another Arsenal target as well was Thomas Lamar. Also, Raheem Sterling was maybe as part of a deal for Sanchez, but City were not willing to offload Sterling as part of the deal. But Lamar, yes, the president come out basically said that Arsenal and Liverpool were interested. He said Arsenal, were emerging front runners to go on and get the player. He did say, did the president, that Lamar did want to make the move to the Premier League, but he did confirm that he may leave Monaco next summer, but he did say the chances of him leaving in January are very, very unlikely. But he said he could leave Monaco next summer. Did Monaco vice president? Obviously, Arsenal didn't get a deal over the line. Um, didn't get a deal over the line due to that. Obviously, Monaco were not willing to offload the player. You know, considering the amount of money they raised, I think they nearly raised £300 million. You know, for the departure of their players. Did very, very well last season. You know, progressed well in the Champions League. Monaco won the La Liga, won the Liga 1 for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Lemar, who scored 19 goals, 17 assists last season for Monaco. He's an ex-Chan player as well. I think it was Chan, was it? That's where he started his career. Chan, he made 32 appearances for Chan. Monaco had bought him in 2015, I think it was. So I think this is his third season in the process. Monaco just paid over £3 million for Thomas Lemar. His progression since he's been at Monaco has been fantastic. You know, he can play anywhere in the middle. You know, he can play anywhere on the left. I still think he's got 3 years left on his deal as Lemar as well. But Arsenal, I think, had two bids turned down in the process. Liverpool had 2 bids down in the process for Thomas Lemar as well. But right at the end, as I said, Arsenal had put a staggering £92 million bidding, but it never ever went through, did the deal. So yeah, it's likely he could go next summer, Thomas Lemar as well. Who else is there to currently update you on today? And as I did, update you the other day as well. The rumours were coming out was actually about Harry Kane from Tottenham, which is very, very unlikely. It did say basically Man United were willing to plot a staggering £170 million bidding for Harry Kane. You know, the best striker for me in the Premier League is now on the same level as Ronaldo, and Lionel Messi for me is Harry Kane, one of the best strikers out there now. You know, progressed fantastically well. It did say Man United were willing to put a £170 million deal in for Harry Kane. It did say also that Real Madrid were monitoring the player as well. There were also talks about they could even will to offload Real Madrid could will to offload 2 or 3 of their players to get the pursuit of Harry Kane. That were reported in the press a week, I think it wasn't long ago. But it did say Man United may be willing to put £170 million bidding for him. You know, it would be fantastic to see him at Manchester United if a deal did ever go over the line for Harry Kane. I would love it to happen. You know, him and Lukaku up front would just be, you know, the flourish of Man United. You know, they complement each other. You know, they're both very, very good clinical strikers. And wouldn't it be fantastic to see Harry Kane in the Man United team? But I just don't see it happening. To be fair, Kane has not ruled their Spurs exit out by all means. He's not ruled their Tottenham exit out, but he's won the Golden Boot in the last couple of years, as I said. He's nearly hit a century of goals now in the Premier League. I think he's scored about 84 goals now in the Premier League in about 120 appearances. He has scored over 100 goals, a century of goals in all competitions now as Harry Kane. You know, he's won Premier League Player of the Month, got voted it in September. I think he's won it quite a few times, you know, won a PFA as well. Made his debut, his Tottenham debut in 2011 against Hearts in the Europa League. Did Gareth Bale, but I think he scored 6 goals in the Premier League this season. I think about 11 or 12 in all competitions for the player as well. But he's not ruled the Spurs exit out. I can't see him leaving Spurs because you know how consistent they have been for the last 2 or 3 years. Pochettino's a very, very good manager. I just don't see at all in the process Spurs willing to offload Harry Kane unless a team comes up with a staggering amounts of money. You know, the way he's progressed, he's going to be worth now, you know, probably more than Neymar, probably, you know, between 195, £200 million that Harry Kane is going to be worth. But progression for 3 years has been fantastic. He scored 29 goals last season in 30 appearances as well. But yeah, for me, best striker in the Premier League, without a doubt. You know, I have got to be quite honest with you in that, but I just don't see Man United getting Harry Kane. You know, we did go for him a couple of years ago as well, but we never got a deal over the line in the process as well. It also suggested out the other day about Dele Alli. He was demanding a higher wage. I think Tottenham are keen on getting him a contract extension here with Tottenham. I think he's been demanding 160,000. I've offered him 160,000. He's currently receiving 50,000 or 6,000 a week now, but he's demanding 160,000. He's Dele Alli. As I said, reasonably ranked fantastically well with MK Dons. did very, very well. Then Tottenham had paid just £5 million for him back in 2015, and this is his third season in the process, and he's done fantastically well as Dele Alli. You know, one of the young brightest players out there is Dele Alli. What a fantastic young age prospect Dele Alli is, and since he made his senior debut for Tottenham in 2015, he's been absolutely fantastic as Dele Alli in the process. And I did say, he did say we're considering changing agents. There's Riley Ola out there, there's George Mendes out there who have strong connection with Man United, but I think he could now accept this £160,000 that Tottenham are offering for the current player. 18 goals last season for Dele Alli. He's not far now of hitting a century appearances now for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club also. He's Dele Alli, but what a fantastic young age prospect he is in the current process as well. But the main part of this video is about the David De Gea and the Bale situation. He did say that Mourinho's not planning to see out his career with Man United, even though, as I said, with Mourinho, that he did say he would like to spend 15 years at the club. But it did say about the David De Gea and Bale, maybe that Mourinho fears that if Real Madrid are willing to offload Bale, they could recommend David De Gea as a part of the deal. And as I said, Mourinho's big admirer. He's interested in Gareth Bale. He would like to get Gareth Bale all job. He knows how much he would improve as in our current squad. But as I said, he feels as though David De Gea is happy, even though I think he could move on in the future. David De Gea in the process. So we'll see what happens about that situation, guys. Do you believe Bale will come to United? This is the best chance now we could have getting Bale, but obviously would prefer a cash-only deal. Probably £85 million, because that's how much they're willing to offload him for. But obviously, if they try and recommend David De Gea as part of the deal, then I don't think Man United are going to go along with it in the process. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, like, on the channel, subscribe to my channel as always, and take it all easy, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.